Hi Julia, what's here? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at the new Elizabeth Craft Designs Planner Essentials Botanical Blend Collection. And I'm going to do a very simple page using a couple of the die sets and some of the stamps. So I've got a base page that I've cut out using this set, which is 2280 page with large tab 1. Now, sometimes they change the names in between when we get them and the design team and when they're in production. So, but the number will be the same, 2280, and of course the contents. And you will find them over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, for shipping to UK addresses. You'll also find them over at ecraftdesigns.com in the US and also at ecraftdesigns.eu in Europe. So as I said, I've got my base page here, and this has been cut using, let me grab it, there's always something I forget, out of the Reminiscence the Book 9. I've got a few pages left in here. So if you know the Reminiscence books, then you know that you get the same designs in paper and in card, and they're all double-sided, they're all A4, and you've got ephemera in there that you can cut out, or you've got solid page backgrounds. You've got some that are in A6 format, and you get 32 double-sided sheets in 120 GSM, those are the papers, and 32 double-sided sheets in 250 GSM. And that's the newest book. Obviously you can use whatever papers you want to, but we're kind of in a gardening theme, so that is perfect for that. So that's my base page, 2280. And then I'm also using this set here, which is 2282, the photo frame inlay. And you can see these funny dies here, and you think, what on earth are those? Those have all got numbers on them. So obviously those are great for birthdays, just if you're numbering your weeks, if you're doing the sidekick Saturday, lots and lots of different ways that you can use those. Okie dokie. So what I've got is, I'm actually going to work on the back, so we're going to turn that over. I've already inked around the edges with Scorched Timber Distress Oxide, and we are going to add a little bit of detail to this. So my plan is to pop a couple of the borders cut from 2282, and the paper, I've cut these from the paper, so we're going to put a couple of those on the back of this frame here, which is also from 2282, and I'm going to add some pictures in there. That's the plan. But we've got quite a lot of kind of open space around the edges, so we're going to add a little bit of stamping around there. So let's just grab my platform. Just so I get it spot on. I'm not 100% sure where we're going with the stamping, but we'll make it up as we go along, as you do. We're going to pop this in here. So we do want something kind of on the tab, I think. And we've got this set here, which is CS420, the best kind of days. So there's some cool stamps in here. Let's put these away. So you can have Live a Good Story, which would be great. Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish. Now that actually goes with the theme quite nicely. So we might have that one. Some of the Best Kind of Days. Yeah, that works as well. We could put some of there, which will, some of that will get hidden. You Are Blooming Wonderful to Plant a Garden, and you've got all your days. We've got a set, an A6 set that's got all the months in it, but this, I don't think there's been all the days. I've also cut this one out, already done this one already. There we are. So this is this one, and I've already cut it up. And we're going to cut a little bit off the bottom as well. So we're going to tuck that behind our frame. That's that one. So I think we might use that. And there's also this one here, which is 419, CS419 Wildflower. And we've got Nature Study in there, which I've used before. I Never Promised You a Rose Garden. I bet you're singing the song Let's Go Outside. Now you're singing that one. And you've got lots and lots of bits and pieces on here. So that we might use some of those. But first of all, I think we are going to do... this is good as well, A Fraction of a Life Documented. We're going to have Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish. I don't think I've used that one before. We're going to have that up in the corner there. Hopefully that's going to be straight. It's very hard to tell when you've not used a stamp before, when it's clean and not dirty. It's very hard to tell whether you're going to get it straight or not. So we're just going to hope. And they also like to stick as well when they're new. I'm going to move the bits and pieces out of the way. Limited space as always when there's a camera above you. And we're going to stamp in Nocturne Versafine Clair. Pearls all over the place. Get those out of the way. Don't think I need foam tape today. So we're going with black so it will stand out. Brown would be quite nice actually. Give it a good press. And see where we're at. That looks pretty good. I'm going to stay with that, that's fine. I did think I want to put summer down here as well. Goes there. Well, strawberries are going on this page, and strawberries are kind of the late spring, early summer, aren't they? They're the sign of sunny days, Wimbledon, tennis. If you watch tennis, I used to, I don't know. I haven't got time. Right, I used to play tennis as well years ago. Not to a high standard, I hasten to add. I've never been fit enough to do anything at a high standard. Right, so we're going to put this in here. Again with the Nocturne Versafine Clair. Bold letters, so we'll see how we get on. Give it a chance to settle in. That'd be cool. Oh, yeah, we need to do again there. Let's just press that there just in case there's any ink left on the stamp. Go again. I think some of the marks from, you know, when you cut your die, when you're working on the back, when you've got lots of marks on your plates, sometimes that comes through. I think that's what we've got here. That's better. I'm going to go with that because I don't mind the kind of slightly distressed look. That's darker than that one now, which is a bit annoying. Hey ho, live with that. Right, that's our summer one. down here. I am going to put obviously reinforcers on there. Let me have a look, see if that's straightish. Looks straightish. We'll go with that. We'll put a magnet up there. We'll put one down there. I've used that Let's Go Outside on the other set a lot, and then I find myself humming George Michael. It's a good song though. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Right. I think what we'll also do is actually go off at a tangent because we can. So these are all from the same stamp set. So this is, what was it? Can't remember. It's the S420, The Best Kind of Days. There's also that. I don't think I'm going to use 419. We're going to put that one aside. I think we're going to bring in some of these CS418 Postage Stamp 3. So I think we can have I don't mind if they disappear behind things. We could have a ladybug coming in here, couldn't we? Would that look sensible or silly? I don't know. Who knows? And shame we've not got a strawberry on here. Because obviously you can use these stamps aside from on the actual postage stamp. Might actually put that there. And we'll have the bug there. That's what we'll do. The ladybug can go there. Let me have a look, see if she's straight. He's straight. It's straight. Don't know whether ladybugs are male or female or both. I'll have those, do those first. Obviously postage stamp 3 goes with the postage stamp strips die set, but as I said, as you can see, you don't have to use them with the die set, you can use them separately. Just to add a little bit of interest around the edges. Okay, so that's those, and I think we just need something kind of down here and up there, and I think that'll be absolutely fine. So I think that's that one. Such a cool stamp set. Obviously it doesn't matter whether you've got the first or the second set, it doesn't matter at all. I do quite like that one. Journal Science Guides section C, that's quite handy. Let's put that one down here maybe, right the way there. And then we'll pick up, what else shall we have? Decisions, decisions, decisions. Well, you know, the insects do like my strawberries. No, that's a bit big. Don't want that. Don't want that. botany stamp here. You can put the botany stamp up there. Sorry about all the noise from my chair. I like to make sure it's straight. Okay. I'll pick that one up there. Right, so these are our last two stamps that we're doing. I mean, obviously you could just stamp all the way over the background. And then put your stuff on top. And if little bits are hidden, it doesn't matter. Hopefully this will look decent. We'll see. Okay, that works for me. Right, we'll just put these away and then we can start constructing our page because everything's cut out ready. Okay. That's one side. And then I'm going to just cut a little tiny bit more off of this, and my scissors are. So we've cut off to there. So we don't need all this. We only need a little bit to glue underneath. I might keep that bit because you never know. I might want it. And what we're going to do is, so we've got photo and arrow. So I think we're going to stick that behind there like that. Or should we have it on the middle one? No, we're going to have it on the top one there. So we need a little bit of glue. Along here. And then we'll line that up. So it's straight along there. Don't worry about this here, it's showing, it doesn't matter. I'm going to cover that up. And then we're going to have this one. I think we're not going to make it even, we're going to put this one down here. So this one's going to go on the fourth one. Like so. And we'll line it up with this line here. We'll have it down a bit, I think. Knowing what's going to go in that middle one. So I've put all I've done is put May 2025 in there because that's when my strawberries were mostly harvest. Okay. Then we're going to pop our borders on. So you want a bit more glue. And you can see the borders have got holes in, so the borders are made to go over the holes in your full size planner. But obviously you can use them in different ways as well. I have made a pocket with them as well, and if you want to make a pocket, I suggest you use card rather than paper. This is actually cut from one of the papers, and the glue's on that side, so we want to be over as much as we can on the holes. And as straight as we can be. Give that a press. If I go quiet, it's because I'm concentrating on getting it nice and straight. Okay, so now we're going to do the other border. At the moment it looks a mess, but it'd be right. I've got a plan. I probably should have put a little bit of glue down here as well. We'll do it on this side. We'll pretend I did it on the other one. Okay. And now we put this one on. Same thing, pop it down. We'll have it as close to the holes as we can. Okay, I think we're good. Fabulous. And now we're going to stick this on our page. Now remember, we are sticking paper, so you don't want loads of glue. I'm being very light with it. Just following the curves. We'll have some down here. Down here. A little bit along the okie dokie. Let's see if I can pick this up. So we are going this way up with the photo on the left. Let me stand up so I can see where it's going. And then the fun bit, we can put the photographs in now. And then the page comes together nicely. You know, you can see that says summer. You know, you can read bits of it. It's fine. It's a background. Right, so with my photographs, here they are. So I've got a little strawberry patch. It's only a little strawberry patch. It's only me that eats strawberries. You can see there's one just colouring up there, and there's one. In fact, there's one that's green and there's one that's colouring up just underneath there. So I only had I think it was 3 strawberry plants initially. I've got more now because last year they sent runners out, and yeah, I like a few strawberries with my breakfast. So we've got the strawberries in the strawberry patch, which then slot in there. Then we've got one of my hoards, one of my little containers of some strawberries from my garden. You know, I don't need many off because I don't actually have a bowl of strawberries. What I do is I chop them up and put them on top of my cereal in the morning. That's how I like to eat them. So then we've got this one. Which side do I want it? I think I'll have it that way. And that goes here, in that middle bit. And I should tell you actually, so the frame has been cut out using this one. And then what I've done is I've lined up these over the photographs I want to cut out, so I can cut my photographs to the exact size. So that's the inlay and that's the frame. That makes sense. Nearly forgot to tell you that. And then in the middle, I've got, you cannot beat homegrown strawberries, even if some are very weird shapes, and there'll be a bit of a more of a close-up of some of the weird shapes. I've had some very weird shapes. I think it's just one plant that gives me weird shapes. It didn't do it last year. I don't know what's happened to it this year. So we've got a little bit of that in there. And here's a couple of my very weird shaped strawberries. Aren't they funny? Needless to say, I did cut the green bits off and not eat those. But they are funny. It's a funny thing to journal, isn't it, strawberries? But, you know, they did make me giggle. So you can see this hides the holes that we've got in the background in the border. And then finally, as I say, I chop them up and I put them on top of my cereal with some of my dried fruit as well. And that's how I like to eat them. And then that's going in here down the bottom. So that's it. That's my page with my strawberries. So I hope you've enjoyed it. As I said, you'll find the products over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk for shipping to UK addresses. You'll also find them over at ecraftdesigns.com. And if you enter code Julia Watts Crafts in the discount code box at checkout, for all orders over $25, you get a 10% discount. They're also available at ecraftdesigns.eu, and then if you enter code Julia Watts Crafts -EU in the discount code box at checkout, you'll get a 10% discount on orders over €25. Do like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, which is where you are now. There's lots of videos and lots more to come. Thank you for watching.